the divine classes of the Overlord series, unlike all the other arts, heavily focuses on the working and developing as a team together. And this is why it, unlike all the other races, is heavily dominated by the human race. One could even say, it was built for them. So, let us discuss some of the classes, as to further demonstrate the point. A oracle can watch out for dangers for the human race, all while providing opportunity, as when the Clack scripture had went out in the hopes of turning a world-level threat of a dragon lord's resurrection into an opportunity to control this threat, and thus turn this threat into an ally. Although the threat turned out to be Shalshar, it had in fact nearly worked to fully control her. This act, had it been successful, would give the slain theocracy an uncompromisable degree of knowledge from how magic works, all the way to its weaknesses. The other part of the oracle class could be said the divination art. Just think, the simple knowledge of myco-princesses, and how to find them, could turn any average human nation to encompass having one 5th tier user with access to 6th tier magic, with over magic alone, per 1 million people, as well as potential to cast 7th tier magic, with the communal arts. So, it is not far off to say, there are many others classes like myco-princesses, perhaps the male counterpart of which exist, and could be found out about using the divination art. This goes even further, when you talk about spell development. The next class of divine is obviously the myco-princess. 1 in a million is gifted the potential to become a myco-princess. As the myco-princess can use the sacred crown of wisdom, is known, but their potential alone is worth true merit and praise. As they act to cast ritualistic spells and resurrect the undead, myco-princess ensure the survival of those with the most talent for the human race. Even the emperor, who values talent and ability for his nation, must feel deep regret in not having even 1/5 holy mage in his empire, losing the previous arena champion, defeated by Rol, or his 2 former imperial knights to Gazov Stranov. The 3rd tier priests of the Sunlight scripture take but 10 years to replenish and train. Even Flutter, who can see talent, cannot accomplish this. The obvious reason must be that it must be easier to change one's affinity to the divine class more than any other. After all, we know the evangelist class exist. It would make sense that the slain theocracy has a training program that either utilizes evangelists or results in the change of affinity naturally to its recruits, and is limited to but its resources. After all, if they can have 45 third divine spellcasters, naturally, they would have a lot more than 45, unless it just costs a lot of resources to do so, but this furthers the notion that, working together, provides this results. All of the classes build on one another, and develop the group as a whole, and not just an individual. Without one anther, one does not fit the other, and the whole thing falls apart. Thus, unlike the warring demi-human tribes, the divine classes benefit the humans more than any other race, due to their teamwork being the heart of their strength. It is no wonder that the slain theocracy, that depends on these principles, naturally, through its religious organization, probably does not even recognize Urizel Kingdom as being a human nation, and sees them less than trash.